saw the storm before we felt the rain. Does your judgment don't miss nobody? Not then, not now. Oh, from Zion came that voice, heavy like a lion's roar. Most High calling out the nation, settling every score. Gaza, Damascus tide, he said, I remember what you done. Fire gon' meet your strongholds when the reckoning comes. Ain't no hiding from the truth when the trumpet begins. He said, for 3 transgressions, and yeah, for 4, I ain't holding it in. Judgment rolling in like thunder on the plain. Ain't no peace when wicked men keep playing with.
Money, power, pleasure. We grasp at them like their salvation. We toast to excess, chase the high, march for dominance. But the heart that lusts leaves only ruin. And all we're left to hold is ash.
I thought power would fill the hollow in me. Boardrooms, handshakes, applause. I took it all. And yet, the higher I climbed, the quieter it got. Tonight, the city hums beneath me, and I'm the only one who can hear the emptiness in it.
I thought money could buy everything. Respect, love, even time. For a while, it felt like it did. But the more I grabbed, the faster it slipped away. Deals turned to debts, friends to ghosts, and everything I built, burned.
We don't need more money, Marcus. We need you.
I'm doing this for us!
You're losing us.
I wanted the lights. I wanted them to know my name. And when they did, I thought I'd feel whole. But every step higher, I left a piece of me behind. I don't even know the man in the mirror anymore. He smiles for them. I just stand there. Fame gave me everything. I messed up.
You broke us.
As steel shapes steel, the spirit shapes the soul. HOI. Iron sharpens iron.
Plantation. 9 to 5 be the time I was wasting. Man, I feel like I need a vacation. Saving up for my resignation. Why I feel like my manager hating. Ain't the one for no verbal castration. This government ain't giving reparation. We'll go to crime trying to fight the temptation.
Rejoice in tribulations, demonstrate patience in every situation, picking up the pieces to their heart restoration. People broken hearted and in need of salvation. Salvation. We in captivity, we done lost our history. Disconnected from his laws, now there's no integrity. Here's the book and let them see, because they dying in these streets. Walking in darkness and where the carcass is, the eagles be. Walking in darkness and where the carcass around us like vultures. Murder on their mind when they approach us. Let your light shine, watch them scatter like roaches. Babylon falling cause we taking back our culture. Heal our land, Abanawa, put us back in agriculture. This word burning them up, Romans is a flamethrower. We prophesy destruction, nukes coming, game over. International, continental, ballistic missile. Them bombs dropping like rain, no drizzle. The lake of fire make them sizzle. Showing fruits of the spirit, we don't gather figs of thistles.
that's the dog. You know, so just like you were saying,
Hey, my name is Amani Bright Laws. I'm a travel business owner. My business is Always Shine Bright Travel, where we help you discover your next bright destination. I want to talk to you really quickly today about becoming a travel business owner. Listen, if your passion is traveling, if your passion is exploring the world, if your passion is wanting to travel and explore the world, then you should become a travel business owner, okay? I have 2 easy ways to get started. Less than 1 minute, okay? The first way, up here, our website, travelagentworkshop.com. And please use my sponsor ID, Always Shine Bright, okay? The second way is a text code. Text the word workshop to the number 281-767-9711. And again, reference my sponsor ID, Always Shine Bright, okay? Listen. The workshop is free. It's a free 3-day workshop, which gives you all the information on how to get started to become a travel business owner. Okay. Any questions that you have will get answered within that workshop. Okay. So let me meet you on the money making side of travel, where you can turn your passion into your paycheck.
Y'all know what time it is. It's your boy Chef D-Nail. Over here, Guess Who's Cooking? Good cooking, good eating, good living. Y'all know how we do it every Sunday about this time, man. We're going to get straight to it. We got the chicken and dumplings, all right? We got the perch fish with the mac and cheese, with the yams, with the 5 cheese toast over here on the Texas side. And, of course, we got the world-famous turkey tips, all right? We also got, on this one, we got the greens with the turkey tails, and we got the spaghetti. You already know what time it is, man. Hit the link, 773-992-4737 is the phone number to place your order every Sunday, all right? And you can hit us up on the Cash App to make payments at Guess Who's Cooking, the number 2, all right? You can hit the www.guesswho'scooking on the World Wide Web. You can catch us on Facebook Marketplace under Guess Who's Cooking, and of course on TikTok, man, at Guess Who's Cooking. Come on down, get your orders.
Give me shame, I give you peace from underneath. Give me mind and be in line to reignite. Can you open up the doors to let me in? Can you open up the doors to let me in? You could put the heart inside, don't tap my head. As I sing the love inside from out my mouth. Tell me what you need to find. Tell me no. Tell me what you need to find.
Yeah, Amos saw the storm before we felt the rain. Does your judgment don't miss nobody? Not then, not now. Oh, oh. From Zion came that voice, like a lion's roar. Most High calling out the nation, settling every score. Gaza, Damascus tide, he said, I remember what you done. Fire gon' meet your strongholds when the reckoning comes. Ain't no hiding from the truth when the trumpet begins. He said, for 3 transgressions, and yeah, for 4 I ain't holding it in. Judgment rolling in like thunder on the plain. Ain't no peace when wicked men keep playing with.
For wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. Therefore, saith the Lord, I will hold my tongue no more, as for touching their wickedness, which they profanely commit, neither will I suffer them in those things in which they wickedly exercise themselves. Behold, the innocent and righteous blood crieth out unto me, and the souls of the just complain continually. And therefore, saith the Lord, I will surely avenge them, and receive unto me all the innocent blood from among them. Behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter. I will not suffer them, nor to dwell in the land of Egypt, but I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm, and smite Egypt with plagues as before, and will destroy all the land thereof when it's reaping time.
I get on extra grind. I get on extra grind. I get on extra grind. When it's repping time. 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 I get on extra grind. I get on extra grind. I get on extra grind. When it's repping time. When it's repping time. All praise the Most High God, Yahweh. When it's repping time. When it's repping time. When it's repping time. When it's repping time. When it's repping time, when it's repping time, when it's repping time, when it's repping time.
My higher NAWAR, he's giving me the extra power, extra hour, cooking all the heathens up with extra flour. Righteous in your faith, yes, I'm a man of faith. Spirit hanging on while the body's up and into faith. The Howard shot isn't God of faith. Pastors are hallucinating, looking like they smoked the eight. We on the Howards and the Bowers with the map for real. Bible skills, touching up the mind like it's massive kill. Like the Howard shot, Judah we ain't after real. Jacob changed the Esau out the wound to be dropped his heel. I got the seal, it's so real with my 7 bill. Red potted from the scriptures, Esau was our favorite meal. You know the deal, you see the Howard shot, it's time to kneel. Judah we get bodyguards, showing what we got concealed. You got a shot like an ill when you see us grill. Replicate this by your damn throat, then we watch the square.
When it's repping time, 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 when it's repping time.
Yo, when the Howard shot was here, yo, he came to heal, coming back. Now I need to paint like it's Shaq O'Neal. No matter where we are, watch, we gon' speak his will, keep it real, strap the devil hand up against the steel. The Walking Dead, I'm like, nigga, when he got the seal. Blood from the brains, burn my eyes like an orange pill. Lord, bullet for the Howard, we can name it seal. Judge, jury, executioners, that you can't appeal. We know you're wicked, see your style, know you'll hold a deal. React, respond, we get broken down, overkill. Screaming high notes before you die, so for real. You had Samson on a slave with the grinding wheel. Veins popping out his arm like he popped a pill. Say it to the Howard, and his mind like he bite his grill. You think it's safe, cause you're hiding and you're standing still. Infrared, so the heathen hiding in the hills.
When it's reppin' time, 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 I get on extra grind, I get on extra.
Khan, all praises. Shalom, shalom. It's your brother GABAR NAWAR coming to you again with your iron sharpening iron class. First, let's give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. We're going to open up with the Lord's Prayer, and then we're going to jump right into it. All right? Shema Yasha'Allah Yahweh, Allah Hayanawa Yahweh Akkad. Abadawa, Shabbat Shemayim, Kwadash Hayashimka, Yahweh, Malakwaka, Taba'a, Ratazaka, Haya Aisha, Barataza, Kawa, Haya Bashamayim, Nathan Lanawa, Lakam Kayamum, Wasalaknawa, Kabawatnawa, Kasalaknawa, Kabawatinawa, Wala'a, Tabyanawa, Banasaya 1, Abal Hawashayanawa, Man Rai Kaya Laka, Hamalakwath, Waha Allah, Wata Parat, Laiwalumium, Amun. Translator, our Father which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread and forgive our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever and ever. Amen. All right, just hopping straight into it. This is Killing the Lust Demon Part 2. All right, it's so good you had to do it twice, man.
That's right.
All right. This is Killing the Lust Demon Part 2, but this focus is on fasting from dopamine, man. Right? Because a lot of Israel, they just on social media all day. Right? You go on Facebook, next thing you know, you done been scrolling for about 2 hours on that. And then Facebook leads you to Instagram. And then Instagram leads you to TikTok, and TikTok leads you to Twitter. And before you know it, you've been on social media for 6 hours straight, man. Right? So first, let's solidify what dopamine is. Let's pull up that first that first article, man. We're gonna see what dopamine actually is. Because dopamine isn't such a bad thing, but dopamine focuses on your wants. And for the most part, it's focusing on rewards as well, man, within your mind. Right? So let's read that thing from the top, King.
Dopamine.
I think you're on mute, King.
You hear me now? I'm good.
Can anybody else?
You can hear me out?
Say something real quick, King. I can't quite hear you.
I'm talking right now. Can you hear me?
Still can't hear the brother. What about up on the live? Can brothers and sisters hear? Y'all can hear family?
Dopamine. Can you hear me out? Come on.
Come on, give me 1 second. All right, because it's probably me.
Shalom. Go ahead and read that article for us, Zach.
Shalom. Dopamine, the pathway to pleasure. Dopamine can provide an intense feeling of reward. Dopamine is...
Khan, I'm back. Khan,
Okay,
start that from the top, King.
Khan. All right. Dopamine, the pathway to pleasure.
You just did it again. Salakia, family. Technical issues for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, Doc.
Dopamine. Can you hear me out?
Kanye, go ahead.
Dopamine, the pathway to pleasure. Dopamine can provide an intense feeling of reward. Dopamine is notably involved in helping us feel pleasure as part of the brain's reward system. Sex, shopping, smelling cookies baking in the oven, all these things can trigger dopamine release or a dopamine rush. This feel good neurotransmitter is also involved in reinforcement. That's why once we try one of those cookies, we might come back for another one or two or three. The darker the side of the darker side of dopamine is the intense feeling of reward people feel when they take drugs, such as heroin or cocaine, which can lead to addiction.
That can lead to what?
Addiction.
And so a lust can turn easily into an addiction. I'm gonna read from the top real quick, right? It says dopamine is most notably involved in helping us feel pleasure as the part of the brain's reward system. So basically, right, dopamine is what makes you it's what makes you feel good while doing something, right? But if you're not careful, that dopamine can kind of run out and then you'll be on a dopamine chase, which leads to the addiction, right? That's what leads to addiction because you're chasing that same sporadic feeling that you had in the first place, right? Like we talked about in part one, that's what leads weed smokers to do X amount of drugs, man. All right? That first little weed hit, man. All right, they eyes roll back, man. And they sitting back, right? Like they meditating. The second time, it doesn't go that same way as the first time. So what they lead to? They lead to pills, man. Right? And then pills lead to something more crazy. Now they snorting, man. All to chase that first dopamine rush that they had. Right? Keep reading on that, King.
Dopamine also plays as a role in these functions: learning and attention, mood, movement, heart rate, kidney function, blood vessel function, sleep, pain processing, lactation.
So dopamine isn't specifically a bad thing, but chasing after it is. Too much of something always leads to something destructive, right? Too much of anything could kill you, man. Too much water to drown you, man. All right? Too much heat to have you pass out in this bad boy, man. Right? Too much food to get you fat and sluggish, man. Too much drink to have you black out. Right? That's why the Lord tells us to do things up in moderation. The things that are lawful to us. To do those things up in moderation. Right? Now, I don't need the rest of this article. Let's see what too much dopamine does to you, though. Because that's important, man. You got to know what too much dopamine does for you. Too much time up on the internet will have you parasocial, man. And for those people that don't know what being parasocial is, it's where you feel like you know a person by watching them on the internet, man. You see it all the time. You've seen it for these past couple of months, man. Everybody talking about Cardi B and Offset and whoever she's with. And you feel like you know the person because you watch them on social media. But on the low, you're not having no interactions with the people around you. That's why the older generation hate phones. Because they grew up in a time period where everybody was outside, not inside, cooped up, getting their little dopamine rush, right? That's where the word dope comes from. It comes from dopamine. It's not good for you all the time. Everything lawful is not expedient, man. It's not unlawful for you to be up on your phone for 8 hours straight, but is it good for you? No, it's really not. You need to go and meditate. Go get some outside. Go get some sun. Get some sunlight a little bit, man. Right? So let's read that from the top. Let's see what parasocial means. Real quick.
A parasocial relationship is a one-sided psychological bond where a person feels they know and have a relationship with a media figure, like a celebrity, an influence, or a fictional character, who doesn't know they exist.
Who doesn't know they exist. So you done made up a multiverse in your mind where you feel like this person knows you, right? And you feel like you genuinely know the person that you're watching. You don't know what goes on behind the scenes, man. Right? You don't know what goes on behind the scenes of these TV shows that you're watching, these YouTube inspirers and inspirators and things of that sort, man. These podcasters, you don't know what they going through. You don't know them at all, man. But you sitting on social media and you scrolling for 18 hours, man. Half of your day is gone. You didn't even touch any sunlight. You ain't go outside, man. At least get some fresh air. Go to the weight room. Go and work out. Get off of social media. Do some push-ups. Right? For the sisters, do your planks. Because you know the sisters, they only work out like abs. You know what I'm saying? Right? Go do your planks. Go have a cup of coffee at Barnes and Noble, Starbucks. Read a book, man. Read the scriptures specifically. Instead of thinking that you know somebody through what you're watching on social media or on all these social media apps, man. Right? Things such as Clubhouse. Right? People be on that all day, man. You got to get some reading in eventually. You got to get some, you literally got to go out and make connections, man. Network, not social media networking, man. Right? Continue reading.
Often involving feelings of friendship or connection with varying degrees from entertainment focus to intense, but usually benign, though sometimes leading to grief or obsession.
Wait, and now it leads to grief and obsession, right? Depression. You wondering why you're depressed. Because you got brain rot from just being in front of a screen all day, man. You got to fast from the dopamine, man. Now, type in on the right. What does too much dopamine do? And it's gonna break it down. It's gonna break it down on what too much dopamine does, man. Right? We're gonna get straight to it. Right? And this class may not be long, but every time I say that, the Lord carries out the class for a little bit longer than what I think, man. So through the spirit and the power of the Most High God, may this lesson, may this part 2 edify the nation. Con? All right. So when brothers got it pulled up, let's bring that thing out. There it goes. Go ahead, bring that up, King.
Too much dopamine can lead to symptoms like addiction, impulse control issues, anxiety, and sleep problems.
Hey, man.
Overstimulation from
Salakia. It says addiction, impulse control issues, anxiety, and sleep problems, man. Right? Addiction is definitely a thing that people, when everybody hears the word addiction, they want to back up off it. No, you need to face that thing. How people be addicted to their phones, their laptops, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok especially. All right, people was ready to jump off the bridge when the government shut down TikTok, man. And they only shut it down for all of 6 hours. Your mind was the back of your head was tingling because TikTok wasn't around, man. You have a dopamine addiction. That's why you have to that's the importance of fasting, right? The things that we talked about last Tuesday, last class, right, on part 1, right? We're gonna touch on them briefly, but the message was put through on the first class, right? Continue reading that, King.
Overstimulation from constant rewards can cause the brain to require more of the stimulus to feel pleasure, leading to a cycle of craving and withdrawal.
That means that it's gonna continuously happen, right? It puts you in a cycle of, what did it say? A cycle of
craving and withdrawal.
Craving and withdrawal. So you're craving for these things on social media, right? But meanwhile you're withdrawing from the people around you. That's why it could be 10 people in a room, and not one conversation breaks out, but everybody is on their phones. Why? Because everybody is literally chasing that dopamine feel, man. And it got a hold tie with people. It got a hold tie youth, especially, man. To the point where the children will hear Coco Melon and they'll run out, but you call their name, they don't even look your way, man.
That's right.
You're raising up your children with these dopamine addictions. Meanwhile, thinking that is normal, but it's not normal, right? This is why prayer and fasting and meditation is very important. These are things that we cannot put on the back burner any longer if we want to defeat and kill that lust demon, right? Continue reading, Kay.
Mm-hmm. High levels of dopamine are also associated with certain mental health conditions, such as psychosis and mania.
Keep reading.
Mental and behavioral effects, addiction and cravings. The brain can adapt to constant high levels of dopamine by reducing its sensitivity, which requires more of a stimulus to achieve the same effect.
Now,
This can lead to
the stimulus is the thing that you're addicted to, like your phone, right? When we get into this video, it's going to break it down and it's going to kind of explain, right, on how you need to put that stimulus away from you, right? It said that the brain can adapt to constant high levels of dopamine by reducing its sensitivity. And so now your brain is chasing the certain level of dopamine that is used to having, especially when it's not getting it. So now you're on your phone all day, and now you're waking up wondering why you had plans all yesterday and you sat in the house all day. That's because of those dopamine addictions, right? Keep reading.
Mhm. This can lead to addiction and a cycle of craving and withdrawal. Impulse control issues. Excess dopamine may lead to acting without thinking, which can result in impulsive and regretful actions.
See, and this one is key, man. You wonder why people is acting out, right? Saying this is not usually them. Saying this is not how they usually act. It's because lately you've been on social media all day. All right? I know some people that have sent me 50 videos, 50, and hey, look, and I get caught up in it too. So don't think that I'm perfect in this thing, because it's something that I need to fast from too. It's not only you, it's me as well, right? But I get 50 plus videos in on TikTok in the DMs, man. And some people don't get it, man. I'm not watching them videos. I'm not watching all of them. Nah, all right, because that's crazy. 50 videos, sometimes 100 videos. You just shared your whole timeline with somebody. Somebody probably laughing too, man. All right, somebody is probably laughing because they be that person that send it to 8 different people, and then they laugh at all the posts that they sent, man.
That's right.
Meanwhile, the person you sending it to is probably just checking it and then exiting out, man. They might be on the dopamine fast. And later on, we're going to show you where a dopamine fast is in the scriptures, right? Fasting in general, right, throughout the scriptures is powerful. And these are things or aspects of being an Israelite that has to be pushed just a little bit more. All right, especially with all the things that we see up on our social medias. Social media is getting more wicked by the day, right? You're susceptible to fall into diverse temptations and lusts, all because of social media. But social media has an A side too. It's not just the B side. You can use it to get edification, right? But when you're on your phone watching that camp video or even this lesson, somebody is low key, man, clicking the little shorts underneath the video, man. Don't even lie. Just look at yourself, man. Just look at yourself. You done clicked on the short at the bottom of the YouTube video of this class, and the Lord done called it out, man. Sometimes we gotta lock in, man. All right. It said that Access dopamine may lead to acting without thinking. Now you're just doing whatever comes to your mind. Who knew that dopamine could cause that much trouble? Now you're up in an argument.
Man.
Now your partner giving you the silent treatment, right? For a week and a half, man. All because your dopamine addiction that got the best of you, and now you acting sporadically. Right, further along, it says, which can result in impulsive and regretful actions. Right? That can lead to you it can lead to you doing something out of ill intent too. Just for that moment of what you think is bliss. It's not bliss. It's a distraction 9 times out of 10 from your real personal problems that you ought to deal with between you and the Most High, or between you and the person that you're dealing with, man. All right, continue reading, Kay.
Kind. Anxiety and paranoia. High dopamine levels can make the brain more sensitive to negative inputs, potentially leading to feelings of anxiety and paranoia.
See, anxiety and paranoia. You kind of looking over your shoulder every minute. You done seen you watching on YouTube a lion chasing a gazelle, and you've been watching that for 8 hours, man. Scrolling through straight Animal Planet, right? You done seen an Edomite get their arm bit off by a lion, man. And now you looking down the street, man. Damn, I think I saw a lion. You didn't see no lion, man. Your brain is lying to you. That's what's going on. You didn't see no lion. You just been scrolling all day, and now you're falling to hallucinations, man. Now you starting to act, and this the thing too, man. The thing that people see on social media, they start to act like it too. They act like the thing that they see. You can see it now, man. The women sound like social media. Literally. What is look, just some of the things that the sister said, it's city girls all around, man. Is one woman or multiple women that sound like one person. That's what being parasocial gets you. It doesn't have you in the spirit of the Most High God. It has you in the spirit of the thing that you give your mind to. Christ said, where your mind is, that's where your treasure is. Make sure that your treasure is in the kingdom of the Most High instead of the world of social media, the World Wide Web. Huh? And it's called that for a reason. A web, World Wide Web. It just got the whole world in a big old trap, man.
Message.
You included. So what do we have to do? We have to abstain from these certain pleasures so that we don't get caught up in the world now. Right? Continue reading, Kay.
Sleep problems. High dopamine can make it difficult to sleep, contribute to insomnia, and lead to a state of being wired but unable to relax.
See, now you're not able to relax, right? You don't even feel right unless your phone is in the bed with you. You don't feel right. You can't just close your now you got the spirit of I need to hear something to go to sleep. Right? I need to turn on the TV show. I need to turn on the YouTube video. Right? Women turning on baddies, man. Trying to go to sleep, man. And then you wake up all up in a bad mood, right? Your hair everywhere, huge bags up underneath your eyes, man. Right? Face puffy. Because you done had that social media up in your ear. No telling what your dreams look like, man. Now you fighting in your dreams because you done turned on baddies while you sleeping. This is what's happening, man. Somebody is probably laughing. I'm telling you, somebody's laughing because this be them. All right? I'm not getting on y'all just to get on y'all because this is something I had to work on too. All right? So it leads to sleep problems as well. Now you up all night scrolling, just scrolling. Before you know it, it's 5 o'clock in the morning. The rooster done crowed 3 times, right? And the sun is out. It's peaking right over the little horizon, man. And you looking outside like, dang, it's almost light outside. Let me hurry up and get some sleep. And low key, you got to be at work by 8 o'clock. You just scrolled your whole night away. And now you in a bad mood for the rest of the week because the rest of the week you're trying to catch up on sleep. You got to put these things away and put these things aside for your own health and for your own good, for your own spirit as well, man. Right? So these are the things that can happen to you if you're led continuously to the temptations of dopamine and all sorts of pleasures, man. Fasting weekly, we got to get back to that. You know that you've been slacking on fasting. You know that you've been a little bit out the spirit. You know you don't sound like yourself. You don't sound like that first self when you got up inside the truth, man. When you found out about the truth. And why is that? Because your priorities have shifted from the word of the Lord to the World Wide Web. This is what's happening. To get your fire back, man, you need to get back to fasting. You need to buckle down. The time for playing around, it got to end, man. The time for playing around, it got to end. It's time to buckle down. Because our salvation is near, man. Right? So let's go to this video. All right? Let's go to this video. Because this video is kind of going to break it down. And we're going to pull some precepts while this bad boy is moving too. When the video is up, we're gonna match some of these things with the scriptures, man. Right? Let's start at 18 seconds.
A world that is designed to stimulate our emotions. Every advertisement, food product, and social media post is geared to give us a short rush of pleasure, which is followed by an emptiness and a craving for more. Big companies are able to leverage our cravings and make trillions of dollars off of keeping us addicted. If you don't have a plan for yourself, you will be at the mercy of companies who will play on your impulses to control you like a puppet. You will sacrifice your free will, searching for happiness in a maze that's designed to keep you lost. Studies show that on average, people use their smartphones for about 3 hours per day. That's 1,095 hours every single year.
Let's pause
Thankfully,
right here.
There is a way to regain control over your impulses.
Right? Let's pause right here, right? Now, what it just broke down is that the people that rule over us, they go according to the things that we like to see. They go according to our pleasures, right? Even your secret pleasures, man. Right? So that's why they dump money into the porn industry, man. They definitely dump money into that. Look, prostitution is supposed to be illegal, but somehow OnlyFans, the people are doing they W-2s for OnlyFans, man. That's not illegal because they want you to fall. Right? You got the evil pyramid, man, up there holding you like a puppet through your social media. That's what it's showing. You got captivity using you to keep you docile and to keep you weak. Let's get a precept real quick. Right? Let's get the book of 1 John, chapter 2, and verse number 15.
First John, chapter 2, verse 15.
God.
Book of 1 John, chapter 2, and verse 15. Love not the world.
You say what?
Love not the world.
You can't be out here loving the world, man. And to really love is to be dedicated to or to obey for the most part, man. You're obeying every single thing that the world has to offer you, but meanwhile putting the Lord on the back burner. You can't do that. Right? Keep reading.
Mm-hmm. Neither the things that are in the world. If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him.
You see that? So if you be conformed to the world, then the love of the Father is not in you. Because what is the love of the Father? Right? It's to keep his commandments, simply put. That's the love that the Lord gave to us, and that's the way that we show our love to the Most High God. Right? To keep his commandments, to walk in his ways. But when we have dopamine addictions, we tend to walk according to the ways of lust in the world.
That's right.
Right? Is it more on that, King?
I see that.
Okay, let's get Romans chapter 12 and verse number 2. Right? Romans chapter 12 and verse number 2. And what it's telling you, what it told you at the latter end, is basically that you can break free from the dopamine addiction. You can break free from the shackles of social media and all the other lusts that accompany you every day, that tempt you every day. You're able to break free from those lusts. And the scriptures tell you expressly how to. You got to believe that that'll work, man. And you have to want it.
That's right.
To be very honest with you, you have to want it. You're not going to break free if you don't want to. You're going to stay trapped in the comfort of your lusts. Right? But luckily, you get a two-part class on how to kill the lust demon. Right? Let's bring that out, Kay.
The book of Romans, chapter 12 and verse 2. And be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind.
So don't go according to the ways of this world. You got to transform the way that you think. You got to transform your mind. Right? All those little chemicals and hormones that's up inside your mind, you got to put them under submission to the spirit and the power of the Most High God. That's a must. Right? Christ showed us plain and simple how to do that. And how do you do that? You get addicted to these precepts. Like we read last class in the prologue of Sirach, man. You have to be addicted to the word of the Lord, because to be addicted to the word of the Lord is to cancel out the world completely.
That's right.
To cancel out all these dope. If you go get dopamine off of something, it should be from the words of the Lord, man. And not just from the entertainment of your brother, your fellow man, cutting Esau to smithereens, but you should be addicted to the education and the wisdom of the Lord. That's what it should be. That's how you should get your dopamine. Like we made simple at the beginning of the class, dopamine is not all bad, but too much dopamine, it'll have you jammed up, have you hallucinating, losing sleep. Right? Acting sporadically. Right? Now you have to go into a council because you done said something to somebody. All because you have this dopamine addiction. Right? What happens to a person when they don't get the thing that they're addicted to? They start to scream, kick, scratch, yell. They cuss you out. All right? They knocking at your door at 4 o'clock in the morning, trying to get they fix, man. Right? All of these things happen when a person is addicted to something. So the same thing happens if you're addicted to social media. That's why the Lord gave us a tabernacle, a feast of tabernacle. You shouldn't really be up on your phone during tabernacles. Shouldn't be watching no football games at tabernacles. Shouldn't be none of that. You should be we sat and did a primitive tabernacle, and we pulling precepts on things like crickets, like just simple things that people don't really think about. We pulling precepts on birds, on clouds, on trees, right? Just letting the Lord work his spirit within us. That's how you ought to be during tabernacle. That's how you ought to be a lot of the times throughout the week. I'm not saying cancel social media in general, because social media is good for what it's good for. Right? But also it carries a lot of baggage behind it that you have to be careful of yourself in. Right? So I said that to say, man, in regards to tabernacles, hey, you shouldn't be having no phone. Unplug. That's what you out there in the wilderness for, to unplug away from society. You got to be careful, or else you'll find yourself loving this world, man. You'll find yourself loving, if you love social media, you're going to end up loving the world, because ain't nobody scrolling with straight righteousness on their page, man. All right? It's women all down Instagram. I just uninstalled it, man. Uninstall Instagram in totality, right? I keep uninstalling and installing Facebook because I be wanting to catch what we did at camp. I need to go over some of them precepts. But then even I fall into scrolling just on Facebook all day. Then you go from looking to posting, right? And now you got 1 million pictures of just yourself up in your phone. That's that dopamine addiction. And you be careful, man, because these dopamine addictions can lead into a word that people don't like because people don't use it right? Which is a narcissistic personality, man. Everything becomes about them. All over, man. Their image, how they're representing, right? It turns into that. But that'll be a class on a different day that I'll do on the narcissistic personalities, man. Right? Let's read that from the top again, King.
The book of Romans chapter 12 and verse 2. And be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that ye may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of God.
So you got to transform your mind to be a walking example of the Most High's gloriousness. Literally. You're put here to be an example of what the Most High God made you to be. You're supposed to be a light to everybody, man. Right? You're supposed to show in yourself what the Most High God created mankind to be in general. We were made to be a holy and set apart people, but we can't be set apart if we're intermingling ourselves on a social platform with the rest of the world. That means that we have not fully let go of the world. Now we're playing hokey pokey with the truth, and now we got 1 foot in and 1 foot out. We can't play with the Lord like that, man. Right? And let me say it again, man. All these words, I'm cutting myself too, man. Brothers only make lessons to cut themselves, right? So if I go through it, then I know everybody goes through it. Everybody for the most part, all right? But we have to transform the way that we think so that we can be the representation of the Lord's reputation. All right? Read that one more time for me, Kay.
And be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that ye may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of God.
So we got, us as a nation, we got some proving to do. All right? For one thing, we got to prove as Israelites, people don't believe that we're Israelites. People don't believe that we were the very people that the Lord saved from Egypt, right? That brought them out with a mighty hand. People definitely don't believe that Christ is coming back for us. So we got some proving to do to all the rest of the world and to our God to show him that we're worthy of being saved. We can't do that while mingling with the world. We can't do that. We got to completely separate from them. And then we're supposed to put our influence on them. That's the point of Deuteronomy chapter 4 and verse number 6.
That's right.
Right? Let's grab that. Let's grab Deuteronomy chapter 4 and let's start at verse number 5.
Deuteronomy 4 and verse 5.
Time.
All right. The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 4 and verse 5. Behold, I have taught you statutes and judgments, even as the Lord my God commanded me, that ye should do so in the land whither ye go to possess it.
Right. And according to Joshua, anywhere that we set our foot is ours. Right? Keep reading.
Keep therefore and do them, For this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nation.
So the laws, the statutes, the commandments, the wisdoms that the Lord then given to us, they are our wisdom in the sight of all the nations. It's not social media, right? You don't get no brownie points with the Lord for knowing every basketball player's stats ever. You don't get that. You don't get no brownie points for that.
Mm-hmm.
You don't get no brownie points from the Lord for knowing the latest fight on damn Bad Girls Club, man. You don't get no brownie points for that. The Lord said that his wisdoms are the wisdoms that make us separate from the other nations, man. This is our wisdom in the sight of the nations, right? Keep reading.
Which shall hear all these statutes and say, surely this great nation is a wise and understanding people.
They're going to hear the statutes, man, not hear social media, man, or hear TikTok. They're going to hear the statutes and our laws and our customs and say, surely this is a wise and understanding people. Right now, everybody claps their hands and they hiss at us because we are not focusing on the things that we're supposed to as a holy, separate, and righteous people. We're mingling with the other people. The Lord has showed us throughout the ages that every time we try to intermingle with the rest of the world, we're always at the bottom every single time. Your mind is bad. Your mind is not like, your mind is not where it's supposed to be. Your mind is on the things of the world. And that's what causes us to be at the bottom. But when we put our mind on the Most High God, nobody can stop us. We win all our wars, man. We get all our riches back. We're not in stinking America. We in our homeland, which is above and free, the mother of us all, man. We go back to our glory. Men have crowns up on their heads again, man. Right? Our women, they're comely and delicate. Right? All we see on social media is just a bunch of folly and madness. And for the things that we want to reach for and strive to get by the Most High God, it has no room within that realm. Mm-hmm. So we have to come back to doing what the Most High God says, or we're going to be forever in darkness. And I'm tired of being in darkness. I want to get to the light. I want to get to the blessings. I hate the curses. Right? I want all the blessings. I don't want cursed as my basket and cursed as my store. I want my checking and savings to be straight. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be cursed in the fields, man. And somebody's probably like, yeah, but we're not cursed in the fields anymore. Yes, we are. We cursed up in the work field right now. Right? Brothers call the streets the field. You know what I'm saying? Brothers is cursed out there. Sisters is cursed out there too. Our women getting killed off. Right? And we see it, man. We see it on social media. For example, man. All right. Jake literally is on live. Right? Live. And somewhere where he's not supposed to be at due to his gang affiliations or gang activities. And they done found where he at. And they blowed him down, man. Eve got shot through her window in her car on live. That's what the dopamine spirit does, man. So how much more does it take effect on our children as well? Right? Our children are going through these same dope. That's what led for the children up in Chicago, out here in Chicago, to beat up that pregnant lady, man. The dopamine spirit, the live spirit. Every time something happens, you got to go to Facebook. You got to check your spirit, man. You have to check your spirit. Every time something happens, you got to make a post somewhere. No, you don't. You have to check your spirit, man. We got to put away these diverse lusts, because lust comes in so many shapes and sizes. And you won't know it until somebody tells you that is a lust that you have. And you could be in denial all you want to about it, but you know, like you can't escape it. The only way that you can escape those diverse lusts is by praying and fasting to the Most High God. Let's see what this video is.
outraged after an attack on a mother and her 2 young children. You can see in this video here where it happened in the South Deering neighborhood. And we are blurring the video because the people involved are all minors. Our Sade Gray is live outside of the school where this happened. Sade, we're learning this is not the first time that this specific group of kids attacked someone.
Exactly, Marie. The large group of parents were outside of the school calling for accountability. They say bullying has been a problem at the school, but now it's crossed the line into violence. The mother, who is also the victim, has been at the school all day talking to authorities. Damn! Disturbing video, all caught on camera. Children dragging a mother and her son to the ground. We've blurred the faces of the people involved because they're minors. Police say the 33-year-old mother and her 9-year-old son were walking near 106 and Bensley in the South Deering neighborhood when the group of kids started chasing after the mother and her children, calling them names and taunting them. Both the mother and son were taken to a hospital. Word of the attack spread quickly on social media.
You can pause right there.
Among many parents.
I couldn't sleep. I was trying.
Con. Now, this is what social media does to our children. I come from a time point where we was outside. All we did, we hooped every day. we played basketball, right? And we pulled up to our friend's house on our bikes and asked Mr. and Mrs. Johnson if Gary could come outside, man.
Yeah.
Right? If Justin can come outside, man. And then we'll either get the answer of he on punishment, and then we get to begging, or he come outside, man. But everybody is just online. Don't even get me started on these games, man. The games that the children is playing. You talking about dopamine? That's real dope. Children is on Roblox all day, 12 hours straight, eyes red with veins popping out, man. Talking about just one more game. No, not just one more game, man. Go to bed. You have school tomorrow. You have school tomorrow. You got to rip yourself and your kids away from these dopamine fixes, man. Right? My nephew Smack Boy, man. He loved tabernacles, man. He and that bad boy imagining the powers that Yahweh Shah gonna give him upon his arrival, man. He talking to the rest of the children. He didn't took everybody powers. He said, yeah, my power gonna be that I'm gonna take everybody powers. You know what I'm saying? Our children don't even have no imagination no more sometimes. Like when they are addicted to social media, YouTube, TikTok, and video games, man. Hell, our grown adults, man, don't have no imagination anymore at all. Yeah, man. Call of Duty, man. Call of Duty 2. See that? So what do we have to do? We have to go and pray to the Most High, and we have to fast. Fasting is not just no eating, no drinking. That's just the basics. Right? That's just the basics. But we'll get into that a little further on throughout the lesson because we still at the beginning. Right? Let's go back to that. Let's go back to the dopamine video.
And take your power back through a practice called dopamine fasting. What's that, you say? Well, first we need an understanding of dopamine. Dopamine is a brain chemical associated with wanting.
Salakia, pause that real quick.
Author of Habits of Happy Brain. Dopamine is triggered by new rewards.
Pause that real quick. Let's get the book of Psalms. Let's get the book of Psalms, chapter 64, real quick, and verse number 6. Right? Because it talked about how your enemies, they cater to these things that you want. They cater to your lusts. Right? Your enemies know you very well, and they know what you want. They know what exactly is against your God. So they'll make you addicted to it by putting it in your face. For example, we know that we're not supposed to be eating no pork. We know that we're not supposed to be eating no shrimp, crab, or lobster. But on every commercial, right? There's a Red Lobster commercial that a shrimp is diving into a pool of garlic butter sauce, man. They put it inside of your face so that you can be addicted to these things. So your enemies know you very well. And that's the importance of fasting too, right? Let's bring that out.
Psalm 64, 6, right?
Yeah, Psalm 64 and verse number 6.
The book of Psalms, chapter 64 and verse 6. They search out iniquities. They accomplish a diligent search. Both the inward thought of every one of them and the heart is deep.
So they done did their research on you, man. They done read through all your records, right? They accomplished a diligent search, right? They search out deep. They do a deep search to see how to throw you off. And that's all by design, because that's how they make their money. They make their money by sending you off. They can never just make their money by righteousness. They make their money by sin and lust, because it's so diverse. It's so many ways that you can cater to people's lust. It's nothing but a money market to them. Right? Keep reading on that.
Verse 7. But God shall shoot at them with an arrow.
Now it says, but God shall shoot at them with the arrow. It's going to continue. Salaki.
Suddenly shall they be wounded.
And suddenly shall they be wounded. How will they be wounded? Right? Let's go to the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 2, and verse number 10.
1 Corinthians chapter 2 and verse 12. The book of 1 Corinthians chapter 2 and verse 12.
Verse number 10.
Salaki, verse 10. But God hath revealed them unto us by his Spirit. For the Spirit searcheth all things.
Now it says, but God, Salakia, it says, but God have revealed them unto us by his Spirit. So the Lord then opened up our understanding to see the objection of our enemies and how they purposefully cater to our lust to make them money and to have us to go off. Because the longer that we go off is the longer that they keep their riches and their kingdom continues to flourish. Right? Continue reading.
For the Spirit searcheth all things, yea, the deep things of God. Verse 11. For what man knoweth the things of a man, save the spirit of man which is in him? Even so the things of God knoweth no man, but the Spirit of God.
Verse 12. So look, man, right? The way that the Lord operates, he's so cold. Right? We go through diverse temptations, but he makes us a way to escape. I believe that's the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 10 and verse number 13, or chapter 13 and verse number 10 on down. The Lord makes us a way to escape. We just have to listen to the Most High. We just have to listen and take heed to his wisdoms. Because what? Isaiah chapter 33 and verse number 6 says that wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of our times, not temptation and lust being the stability of our times. See, the things that you're going through, you may think that you may think that you're distracting yourself from them, but you're not using the correct distraction. If you're going to distract yourself from the ways of the world or the issues of the world, then you got to dive headfirst into your scriptures that belong to you, and they were only given to you for your benefit and for your good, not to social media. All right. The Lord made the stars and the moon and the sun to be worshipped by the heathen. But we worship the Most High God. The same thing in regards to this social media. The Lord made it really for them to deal with up on that left-hand side, man. But the Lord gave us our records and our scriptures to help us in our infirmity to heal the wounds that we have. This is the best thing on the face of the earth.
That's right.
The Bible is the best thing on the face of the earth. That's why you got to cancel out the phone spirit, man. You got to cancel out the phone spirit, because that is a lust. It's to the point where some people can barely flip through their pages, man. in a Bible. They not quick on the sword. They using a phone at camp, man. To read off of their phone, man. Put down the phone. Put down the phone. Unless you just looking up a quick precept, and then you, because sometimes a scripture escape me. So I'll pull out my phone, look it up, but then I'm cracking open that Bible right after I find it. I'm not reading that thing from the phone. Because then how will you ever get skillful with the sword? You won't. You will not get skillful with the sword if you're depending on just these tools that the Most High God gave us, man. Go back to the source. Go back to the book. That thing is only a tool. Right? Let's read that again, okay? Let's read verse 10 again, rather.
Verse 10. But God hath revealed them unto us by his Spirit. For the Spirit searcheth all things. Yea.
Let me see. Because say something real quick, gang. It might be me again. I don't know what's going on.
Can you hear me out?
I can't hear you. Let me know if it's me. Is it me?
I can hear you.
Let's see. 1 second. I was just able to hear you a second ago.
Go ahead and keep reading that.
All right. But God hath revealed them unto us by his Spirit. For the Spirit searcheth all things, yea, the deep things of God. For what man knoweth the things of a man, save the spirit of man which is in him? Even so, the things of God knoweth no man, but the Spirit of God.
Come on, man. Right? So, in regards to this, man, when it says that the Lord revealed them unto us by his Spirit, the Lord is showing us the plans of these heathens against us. All the heathens are round about us, right? And they're practicing their works upon us, right? And then it further along it says, for the Spirit searcheth out all things, yea, the deep things of God. So the Lord told us that these things will happen to us if we disobey his commandments, but he also gave us the blueprint on how to come out of the world and into his marvelous light, right? So let's get, and the way to let's get the book of Isaiah chapter 58 and verse number 3, right? Because that's what the next portion of the video is going into, right? Just to show a dopamine fast in the scriptures, right? You can hear me, King?
It's Isaiah 54 and 23.
Go ahead and bring that up.
I want to make sure the right scripture he had. Was it Isaiah 54 and 23 out? The book of Isaiah. Oh, that can't be it out.
Salaki, as soon as the brother left, the audio went with him. All right, I don't know what it is. Salakia, y'all. I don't know what it is. I really don't.
Can you hear me out?
So let me try this one more.
Shalaki, bring out Proverbs chapter 1, verse 1. Read on down to verse 7. Proverbs chapter 1, verse 1.
All right. The book of Proverbs, chapter 1 and verse 1. The Proverbs of Solomon, the son of David, king of Israel. Verse 2. To know wisdom and instruction, to perceive the words of understanding. Verse 3. To receive the instruction of wisdom, justice and judgment and equity. Verse 4. To give subtlety to the simple. To the young man, knowledge and discretion.
And
A
so
wise
to the
woman.
young man, Salakia, to the young man, knowledge and discretion, right? We have to have knowledge of the things that work against us in this kingdom,
Mm-hmm.
right? And the way that we get that knowledge is simply by reading the scriptures. That is our wisdom. That's what we should go by. We should hold that above every other knowledge on earth, man. Right? So let's get the book of Isaiah, chapter 58, and verse number 3.
58. The book of Isaiah, chapter 58, verse 3. Wherefore have we fasted, say they, and thou seest not? Wherefore have we...
Salakia, the question is, why have we fasted and the Lord doesn't see it? Right? Keep reading.
Mm-hmm. Wherefore have we afflicted our soul, and thou takest no knowledge?
And why have we afflicted our souls and the Lord haven't taken an account of it? Right? It's going to get to the point, right? Bring it.
Behold, in the day of your fast, ye find pleasure.
In the what?
In the
Read
day
that
of
again.
your fast, ye find pleasure.
So you're doing your own pleasures while fasting. You're on TikTok, you're on Instagram, you're on Twitter, you're on Facebook, and you all on the YouTube shorts, and ain't nothing profitable in regards to the ministry of the Most High God. That's why your fasts are not being heard a lot of the times, man. It's not, sometimes it's not counted as a fast. You just starving for a day or for 2 days, man. That's all that it is. This is a dopamine fast in the scriptures.
That's right.
Plain and simple. The Lord said he is not hearing your fast because you do your own pleasures. It's right there. And what does dopamine go according to? It goes according to self-reward. It goes according to your pleasures. That's what it's going into. And now throughout your fast, you on a dopamine chase. And it's not profitable for you. You want your understanding to be opened up, but you're watching folly throughout your fast, man. You're doing folly throughout your fast. Sometimes you got to turn off that phone, man. Turn off that phone and put it in another room, man. Put that thing in another room. Because you're going to fall into the temptation of going up on Instagram. Just uninstall social media. I won't even make you just throw your home phone away. Just uninstall social media while you're fasting. And replace social media with your Bible app. The Blue Letter Bible, Bible Hub, right? The KJVA app, right? Get into the HebrewParallel.com and get it in regards to these scriptures, man. Because the best breakdowns that you'll ever get is while you fasting. The Lord will make you see something. Your dreams become more potent while you fasting. While you fasting from all pleasures, now you getting chariot dreams, man. Now you getting world war dreams. Right? Seeing the destruction and the downfall of your enemies. You know why? Because when you fast, your brain rewires itself, man. It decompresses from all the things that you're trying to cram into it. But while you're fasting and you're giving all your energy to social media, you could be hyping up them demons up inside of you, man. Yeah, you hungry, but you could be hyping up them demons up. You basically fasting for them. Fasting for the demons, man. Right? So read that up on the screen real quick, eh?
Yeah. From the top?
Con.
All right. The benefit of fasting. Fasting offers benefits like weight loss, improve metabolism, better blood sugar control, reduce inflammation, and heart health improvements by promoting fat burning, cellular repair, and hormone regulation.
Now,
It can,
hormone regulation that definitely goes into the chemicals within your body and even inside your brain. Look up uh, benefits on the brain from for fasting. Right, fasting benefits for the brain. Let's see what they say, and then we're gonna go right back to that video. Because we have to separate our mind from the world, and then we have to put it directly into the knowledge and the power of the Most High God. That's how we got to do things, man. We got to replace social media with straight word, man. Right? Con, bring that out from the top.
benefits of fasting for the brain. Fasting, particularly intermittent fasting, offers several potential benefits for the brain by triggering adaptive responses at cellular and metabolic levels. These benefits range from improved daily cognitive function to potential long-term protection against neurodegenerative diseases.
Let's see that. And neuro is going into the brain. Those are brain diseases, man. Right? And then it said cognitive functions. It improves cognitive functions. Right? That's why a lot of the times, when you fast, everything for the most part kind of looks slow motion. Right? Do a 3-day fast and watch how everything around you just slows down. Right? Everything around you kind of just slows down. And you're finally able to breathe. You're able to breathe, man. Mentally, you're able to decompress. Literally, man. Right? Let's go to that. Keep reading on that real quick.
Key benefits of fasting for the brain. Enhance mental clarity and focus. Many individuals who fast report increased alertness, improved concentration, and reduced brain fog. Once their body...
Salakia, it says many individuals who fast, Salakia, report increased alertness. So that means you're aware of your surrounding. Scripture tells you be sober, be vigilant, right? You got to be up on that lookout, man. Right? Because your adversary, as a roaring lion, looketh out, searching who he may devour. Roughly paraphrasing, man.
That's right.
So even in that sense, man, the Lord set everything up in his system. And we're just getting into the technicalities of what fasting actually does. Right? It's an improved concentration, man. When you fast and you get up in them scriptures, you be locked in. You really be locked in. Chapter after chapter after chapter. And sometimes you can't stay up in the same chapter. Because you started on verse 1 and you like, dang, I got a precept for that. And then that leads to a precept for that. And then a precept for that. And then you dip into one of the books that you maybe never touched, man, Bell and the Dragon. And then you read through Bell and the Dragon, and then you get the understanding that the Most High God wanted you to have during that fast. Right? And then it says reduced brain fog. Your ums come to a minimum. You know, everybody say a lot. Sure, in the community, we like to say man a lot. You see, when you fast, you're able to piece together your words more perfectly. Literally. So it reduces all the brain fog. You don't have to go through that much thought to get your point across anymore. Right? There's more on that, King. Let's continue.
And reduce brain fog once their body adjusts to the new eating pattern. This is likely due to the brain utilizing ketones as a more efficient and steady fuel source when glucose is depleted.
And so last class we talked about a diversity of and a multiplicity of lusts, man. Some people lust will be for food, right? Some people just love to eat. It's okay, right? You don't gotta hold your head down. All right, because y'all know H.R. Chicago, we gets down.
That's right.
Right? Detroit, brothers get down, man.
That's right.
All right, brothers just had the turkey, man. With the turkey with the neck bones, man, and the greens, man, with the cornbread on the side, man. Brothers be getting down. But some people overdo it. Like we went over early at the beginning of the lesson, too much of everything can kill you. Too much of anything. Right? Keep reading on that.
Increased brain-derived neurotrophic factor production, otherwise known as BDNF. Fasting stimulates the production of BDNF, a protein crucial for brain health. BDNF supports the survival of existing neurons and encourages the growth of new neurons and synapses, which is vital for learning, memory, and overall cognitive function.
So your intake of information becomes larger and stronger when you fast, man. That's why fasting is very important. Christ fasted for 40 days and he was killing Satan with them precepts, man, off the top of his head. He completely obliterated lust and temptation. Literally, man. So these are some reasons why it's important for you to fast, to kill off that lust demon. You cannot kill the lust demon. Get the book of Matthew chapter 21, and I believe verse number 17. Right? Or maybe 17 and 21. Let me double check. Right? You cannot do away with the lust demon without prayer and fasting. So if you lost your will to fast, then you need to pray to the Most High and get that back.
Mm-hmm.
You need to ask the Most High not to take your Holy Spirit away from you. Right? Come on, bring that out, okay?
The book of Matthew, chapter 17, and verse 21. Howbeit, this kind goeth not out but by prayer and fast.
So there's these lusts and temptations that you fall victim to over and over again. You have to pray and fast to get them away from you. That's a must. All right? Why? Because Christ said it. And if Christ said it, the Most High God said it in general. That's Deuteronomy chapter 18 and verse number 18, where the Lord says that there shall be a prophet that shall rise among you, one of your brethren, which he will put his words into his mouth. All right? So the Lord already, he gave you the game on how to kill these spirits. And the way that you kill these spirits and these diverse temptations and lust is by prayer and fasting. There's no other way.
That's right.
There's no other way. All right? Let's go back to the video real quick.
An ice cream cone is heaven. 10 licks later, your attention wanders. You start thinking about the next thing on your agenda and the next. You still love the ice cream, but you don't feel it as much because your brain doesn't see it as new information. Your brain is already looking for the next great way to meet your needs. However, with video games, porn sites, and social media, your brain always has the next thing to be excited about because they are engineered to trigger constant dopamine release. I'm sure you are familiar with the feeling of wanting to make the day productive, only to look up at the end of the day and realize you spent 4 hours mindlessly scrolling through Instagram and checking notifications. You waste time, feel bad about yourself, and things that used to excite you no longer excite you like they used to. That's where dopamine fasting comes in. Dopamine fasting is the idea that if you avoid dopamine-stimulating activities for extended periods of time, you'll be able to reset your brain and let go of addictive behaviors that negatively impact your life. It's commonly misunderstood as reducing dopamine, but that's not true. Dopamine is necessary to function as a healthy human being. Dopamine fasting exploded in interest in October 2018 and gained even more interest a year later after Dr. Cameron Sepper published an article on Medium titled The Definitive Guide to Dopamine Fasting 2.0, The Hot Silicon Valley Trend. Dopamine fasting 2.0 is better defined. It's based on cognitive behavioral therapy. It's about reducing impulsive behavior, not reducing dopamine itself. And it doesn't encourage you to act like a full-blown monk who abstains from all forms of pleasure. So what is the science behind dopamine fasting 2.0? Well, as mentioned before, it's based on cognitive behavioral therapy, or CBT. CBT is an evidence-based practice and prescribed by thousands of professionals worldwide for changing behavior. CBT solutions based on stimulus control can help you reduce the probability of engaging in addictive behaviors. For example, when your phone plays your SMS ringtone, you pick up your phone and tap to open the message. The ringtone is a stimulus, and opening the message is the behavior. Here are two solutions. Number one, remove the stimulus by putting your phone in another room or disable notifications. Or two, engage in an activity that is not compatible with reading your phone, like swimming. Another solution is exposure and response prevention, or ERP. For example, you see an attractive girl on Instagram. You feel your heart rate increase and your body tingle. So you run to your bedroom, hop under the sheets, and masturbate until a deep sense of regret and worthlessness sinks in.
Pause it right there.
ERP, you would frequently look at attractive girls on Instagram.
Yeah, we getting into it today, man. Yeah, we getting into it today. All the lust spirits gotta go.
That's
We're
right.
not holding back. The gloves is kind of off, man. All right, you got the weird Edomite on Instagram with the woman, and he hopped straight in the bed, man. Got pizza boxes everywhere, man, and juice boxes. Some people room really look like that too. All right, and he trying to get it in, man. It's sick and perverted, man. This is what you look like. This is exactly what you look like when you're getting your dopamine fix. All right, the pornography spirit, man, is a big stronghold on a lot of people, man. On a lot of people. And it's all because they cannot control themselves at all, man. You got to put that phone away, man. Now, it's going to get into something, and you going to know. We don't, they going to mention urge surfing. No. All right? Don't even tempt yourself, right? The scriptures tell you to flee from lust, right? And flee from sin as from the face of a serpent. There's no you're not dealing with the urge surfing spirit, man. Continue to play the clip. Continue to play it.
But refrain from masturbating. I know it's difficult, but you can use a technique called urge surfing, which is essentially being mindful for a few minutes. Bring your attention to where you feel the urge in your body and simply be with it. Describe what the sensations feel like. When you are done, thank yourself and set your intention for what you will do next in your day.
Pause it
this
right
will
there.
become easier over time, and you'll likely feel a sense of accomplishment.
Okay, so we done with that video. All right, they talking about some urge surfing. All right, the Lord is not dealing with urge surfing. All right, because that's how you fall directly right back into that temptation. Do you think that a crackhead, when he's trying to let go of the crack demon, he got a little baggie of crack up in his pocket, talking about some urge surfing? That's not how it works. He's tempting himself every day, and eventually he gonna crack that seal.
That's right.
So, and let's just be mindful that that's Esau, man. Esau trying to give you, they always give you like the pills instead of the remedy to the problem. Abstain from all matters of evil. Abstain from your lusts. Abstain from a lot of these pleasures that you see out here, man. I'm not saying live a life just a boring life, man. Yes, you can go to the movies, right, with your rib, right? You could go see a football game that's not on the Shabbat, right? You could do all those things, but once again, man, there's a moderation to everything. Now the urge surfing, that's over with. Put that into the little garbage bag. We're gonna put that into not dealing with that jar. We're gonna put that into our not dealing with that jar with the rest of all of the other lusts that we dealt with last class, man. Right? Let's get the book of Romans chapter 13 and verse number 12. Romans chapter 13 and verse number 12.
The book of Romans, chapter 13, and verse 12. All right. The night is far spent, the day is at hand. Let us therefore cast off the works of darkness, and let us put on the armor of light.
Read that from the top again, King.
Mm-hmm. The night is far spent, the day is at hand. Let us therefore cast off the works of darkness.
You gotta
and let us
cast
put
off the work. You gotta cast off the work of darkness completely, right? No urge surfing. Not just I'll look at it for a little bit. No. Cut it off cold turkey. Right? Continue.
Mm-hmm. Let us therefore cast off the works of darkness, and let us put on the armor of light. Let us walk honestly as in the day, not in rioting and drunkenness.
Because rioting, Salakia, rioting, people like the thrill that comes with it, man. That's the same thrill. They like the adrenaline rush, right? They like the adrenaline rush of rioting. That's the same adrenaline rush that Esau likes when he's jumping off of a cliff, man. Right? When he's jumping out of a helicopter and skydiving, man. The same adrenaline rush that he gets when he likes to kill. It's the same exact thing, man. The same lust. Right? Continue.
Mm-hmm. Let us walk honestly as in the day, not in rioting or drunkenness, not in chambering and wantonness, not in strife and envy.
All of those things, some people, look, man, seen a post on Facebook, man. The sister is mad because there's nothing to argue about, man. You gotta get out that spirit, man. You just love strife, man. You lust after strife. You click on Clubhouse because you know there's probably some strife up on there. You love seeing strife. You love saying you love drunkenness too, man. Right? You love all those things, man. What else did it say? Chamberings and wantonness, man. You just love all of these lascivious acts, man. Too much, like that. It's just crazy, man. The sister was literally mad. She went through her mad phone, and she's mad because there's nothing to argue about. Now he's born. That's a life of peace. It should be, right? Ain't nothing to argue about. That sounds peaceful to me. I would love that, man. To never have to argue again. But there's people that lust after strife, right? Shoot, I just had a conversation with a person last night, man. Sisters will start arguments for no reason because the love for strife, man. Right? Yeah, see that? The brother said that's why Israel watched more camp videos than class videos. Because they lust after strife. They lust after it, man. You have to absolutely check your spirit. You got to see if you're in this truth for the right reasons. Are you in the truth because you love to argue, or are you in this truth because you sincerely love the Most High God? You got to ask yourself these things, man. You have to ask yourself these things. Are you in the truth for the right reasons? We have to ask, and we have to be honest with ourselves. If you don't feel like you're up in the truth for the right reasons, then ask the Lord to give you a right heart like David did, man. Read the book of Psalms chapter 51. Read that whole chapter and meditate on that thing, man. Literally, man. Right? Continue on that, King.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 14.
But put ye on the Lord Jesus Christ, and make not provision for the flesh to fulfill the lust thereof.
It said, but put you on the Lord, Yahushua Mashiach, and make not provisions for the flesh. You making excuses for the flesh now. You going out your way to please the flesh, to fulfill your lusts, right? Don't make provision for the flesh. Make excuses to keep the law. Make an excuse to make a lesson. Put together precepts and talk about it amongst your brothers and your sisters, man. Right? Your sisters, y'all group chats should be filled with precepts, man.
Message.
Your group chats should be filled with precepts, not just gossiping and envying and strife, backbiting, because people lust after new news too, man. And that precept escaped me because I was holding it, man. I forgot what churches it was, man. But they all was just looking for new news, man. Literally, I believe it's in the book of Acts, man. Right? Whoever knows what I'm talking about, just throw that bad boy inside of the chat. Right? But we have to put on Christ, man. We have to put on Christ. He's gonna be he's our light, man. He's our armor. The wisdom that the Lord imparted to him to give to us, man, that's lasting forever and ever. Right? Read that last verse again for me, King.
But put ye on the Lord, Yahushua Mashiach, and make not provision for the flesh to fulfill the lust thereof.
And don't make excuses for the flesh, man, to go off, man. Don't make excuses to fall into your lust. Right? If you got the cigarette spirit, man, we don't want to hear that, oh, I've been through a lot, man. Well, everybody's been through a lot. When you read the book of Job, it says that the Lord worketh these things oftentimes with men. You're not the only person that's been going through things, man, and even your specific situation. So don't try to use that as an excuse to feed the flesh. Don't make any provision for the flesh. Right? Let's get the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 14. Second Ezra, chapter 14, and let's start at verse number 13.
Okay. The book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 14, and verse 13. Now therefore set thine house in order, and reprove thy people. Comfort such of them as be in trouble, and now renounce corruption.
God, read that again for me.
Now therefore set thine house in order.
Your house could very well just be your body, man. It's not always just talking about everything that's underneath them four walls that you got, man. Set your mind in order. Set your body in order. Right? Keep reading.
And reprove thy people.
And reprove thy people, huh? Because when you read the book of 1 Timothy chapter 4, I believe, chapter 4 and verse number 15, you're able to be a light unto everybody else, just as being an example. When you set your house up in order, then you can be a righteous example, like we talked about in the beginning of the lesson, to be a perfect representation of the Lord's reputation. Right? God. And that one that I wanted was Acts chapter 17, the water. Right? Let me grab that real quick. I'll read that. Right? This is the book of Acts chapter 17. Let me see. And I believe it was verse number, let me see. Verse number 21. For all the Athenians and strangers which were spent, Salakia, which there spent their time in nothing else but either to tell or to hear some new thing. So some people are just addicted to gossiping, man. Man, what the kids say, man? Or no, what the women say, man? Talking about what's tea?
What's tea?
What's tea? Got the what's tea spirit, man. You always want to know something about somebody else's life, man. Doesn't Isaiah chapter 5 say, woe to them that go from that goes from home to home, house to house, all up in everybody else's business, man. You just want to learn some new thing. Did you hear what this camp teaches? Did you hear what happened to this person? Dang, do you see the way that this person wife? Man, just stay in your own lane, man. Just lusting and desiring to know something. You becoming social media now.
That's right.
Just in everybody's business, man. The Facebook spirit, right? When you go on Facebook, what's the first thing that you see? The little post box, and they say, "What's on your mind?" Something to that effect. And now you pouring your heart out on Facebook, man. And somebody is the first reaction up on the post, right? Typing a book underneath your post, man. That person not down up in the spirit, man. Yes, that's gossiping, right? If that person if you're not encouraging that person through the spirit of the Lord, then it's off, man. If you're not edifying through the wisdoms of the Most High God, then you pretty much going off, man. So we just got to be careful of ourselves, man. Let's go back to that second Ezra chapter 14. Let's start right back at 13.
Second Ezra chapter 14, verse 13. Now therefore set thine house in order, and reprove thy people. Comfort such of them as be in trouble, and now renounce corruption.
You got to say to hell with these diverse lusts. Renounce corruption. Denounce corruption. Rather, man. No, it says renounce. Renounce corruption. You got to throw it all the way away, man. Right? Continue.
Verse 14. Let go from the mortal thoughts. Cast away the burdens of men.
Mortal for the most part just means fleshly. Right? Put away the fleshly thoughts. Right? Arm yourself up with the spirit of the Most High God. Right? Continue.
Cast away the burdens of man. Put off now the weak nature.
Hey, and it said, cast away the burdens of man. All the things that you see yourself going through, hey, man, you got to cast them to the side. Cast them to the side and don't fall into diverse temptations because of those situations. Right? And it said, put off now the weak nature. You got to put off those weak thoughts, man. You got to arm yourself up. You basically in battle against the world, these spirits, sometimes your own people, and you don't have no girdle on. You don't have no armor on at all. You don't got no chest plate. You just going to war naked. Because you're not arming yourself with the wisdom of the Most High God. You're actually arming yourself with the spirit of social media. The dopamine spirit you're arming yourself up with. When you read these scriptures, you're supposed to get that tingle in the back of your neck, man. I know when I read the Maccabees, I get fired up all the time, man. Right? I get fired up every time I read the Maccabees. And if you find yourself not getting fired up, then now you really have to pray and fast. You must pray and fast to kill off these spirits, man.
That's right.
Right? Read verse 15, gang.
And set aside the thoughts that are most heavy unto thee, and haste thee to flee from these times.
Because we live in such a wicked generation. We live in such a wicked time period. Make haste to flee from these times. We're in a time where pornography and whoredom is legal. We live in a wicked time, man. Underneath the most hateful forsakers of God, we live underneath those people. So to assimilate into their culture is to be just as hateful towards the Most High God as they are. You don't want to assimilate into this culture. This culture is nothing but death. Right? Read that one more time, okay?
Verse 16.
15.
15. Salaki. And set aside the thoughts that are most heavy unto thee, and haste thee to flee from these times.
And so we gotta haste ourselves as we begin to wrap up this class, man. We gotta haste ourselves from the ways of this world and from the times that we're living in, man, so that we can have a more perfect kingdom. And we have to be right for that more perfect kingdom, man. We can't just walk in. You can't walk into an all-white party dressed in all black. We got to come correct.
That's right.
We have to come correct. And if we have not put off these lusts, right, then it's going to be a troublesome time for us from the Most High God, man. Right? So people lust after many things, right? Things such as like money and attention and fame, right? Fortune and things of that sort, man. Preeminence is the main thing that I see. Everybody wants to be the HNIC, right? Or the HHIC, the head Hebrew in charge, man. Don't seek for preeminence, man. Right? Let's get the book of Sirach, chapter 10, and verse number 7. Right? Sirach, chapter 10, and verse number 7.
The book of Sirach, chapter 10, and verse number 7.
Hold on real quick. Let me say this, right? Because lust is such a deep spirit, a deep evil spirit, that it's a conglomerate of a multitude of spirits. Last class, we went into Matthew chapter 12 and verse number 43 on down, where basically it's saying if we don't put it off, then there's going to be 7 more spirits more powerful than himself that comes into your temple. And now it's a house party full of wickedness within your body, right? So lust can easily turn into pride, especially when you're lusting after things like preeminence, fame, and fortune, right? So let's read that, right? Sirach chapter 10 and verse number 7.
Pride is hateful before God and man, and by both do one commit iniquity. Verse 8. Because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another.
You got to understand one thing, right? We lost our crown because of these things, right? This is not only going towards Esau and him losing his kingdom. The way that he gained his kingdom is literally by us doing these things, by unrighteous dealings, not righteously dealing with one another, right? Injuries, man, right? And injuries can go into injuries in the flesh or just up in the mind, right? Not only that, but riches gotten by deceit, man, right? Going into usury and things of that sort, man. The love of money, yes, is the root of all evil. So when you lust after money and fame, you're susceptible to making ill-advised decisions. Literally, man. Right? Continue.
Verse 9. Why is earth and ashes proud? There is not a more wicked thing than a covetous man. For such a one setteth his own soul to sell.
See, listen. It says, for such a one setteth his own soul to sell, man. When you lust after something, it's easy for you to fall into covetousness, man.
That's heavy.
It's easy for you to fall into covetousness. Now, look, man. Look at the Kia boys, man. Right? The Kia boys, they'll get that little black box and they'll unlock your Kia, and now your Kia is their Kia. Right? They lusted after these things 9 times out of 10 money. Because you're not just stealing cars just to steal cars. You're stealing cars to make money. Right? You're stealing cars to make money. And so now they done broke in and stole yours, right? To make them a profit. These are the things that can happen in regards to lust, right? in regards to lust. I don't want that. Right? You could bring that. You could take that away. Right? Right? Continue on this, King.
Because while he liveth, he casteth away his bowels.
Because as he liveth, he sold out his morals. Right? He or she sold their body for it. Right? We see that all the time. Right? Whoredom is not just the bodies that you've accumulated. It's things that you're willing to do too.
That's right.
It could be digitally. It could be in person and physically. Whoredom is whoredom, man. Whoredom, Christ taught us first, man. Whoredom starts up in the mind, man. Right? You could look at the wrong woman and instantly lusting after the wrong woman, and now you're covetous. Now you done committed adultery inside of your mind. Just so these lusts and these fornicative acts, they really just start up in the mind first. So it doesn't always have to be physical. That's why we have to renew our mind. We have to change our mind from the ways of the world into the ways of the word. That's how we're supposed to walk. We're supposed to walk in the ways of the word. Right? That's it. That's all. Right? Verse number 9, okay? Read that one more time.
Why is earth and ashes proud? There is not a more wicked thing than a covetous man. For such a one setteth his own soul to sell. Because while he liveth, he cast away his own bowels.
You see that? As he liveth, he's willing to do anything for that, man. He's willing to do anything for the thing that he lusts after. And anything for the thing that he coveted after, man. Right? So we have to watch our spirit and we got to watch our steps, man. Right? Let's get the book of 3 John. Right? Chapter 1 and verse number 9. Right? We don't have too many more precepts to go. We got like a total of maybe like 4. All right? And the brother Ayar probably on me. He like, yeah, verses or passages? Well, look, little passages. All right? All right, so let's bring that out. 3 John chapter 1 and verse number 9.
The book of 3 John chapter 1 and verse 9. I wrote unto the church, but Diotrephes, who loved to have the preeminence among them, receiveth us not.
See, now look, when you want preeminence, right? When you want preeminence, that'll lead you into hating your brother because now it's become a competition. Now it's become less sincere and more about you being better than everybody else. When you lust after fame, preeminence is on its way. That is the same lust. If you're only teaching so that you can be the best and most glorious and wonderful teacher in all of Israel, then you're not teaching for the right reasons. Now you're susceptible to the Lord only using you for a season. And we've seen these things happen throughout just our little time up in the truth, man. Right? Read that one more time, Kay.
I wrote unto the church, but Diotrephes, who loved to have the preeminence among them, receiveth us not.
Right? So that could cause you to be putting your brothers away, man. People that really actually love you and care for you. You could be putting them away. You could not receive them. All because you want to be the head Hebrew in charge, man. Right? Read verse 10, Kay.
Verse 10. Wherefore, if I come, I will remember his deeds which he doeth, prating against us with malicious words, and not content therewith. Neither though he receive Salaki, neither though he himself received the brethren, and forbiddeth them that would, and casteth them out of the church.
See, now look, right? It says, wherefore, if I come, I will remember his deeds which he doeth. How much more will the Most High remember the things that you done said and did to your brothers after wanting fame and preeminence? The offenses that you've offended your brothers with, right? We see that plainly in the story in regards to Moses, Aaron, and Miriam, man. Right? It's always somebody that wants to, or Moses with Korah, Dathan, and Abiram. It's always somebody that wants to be the head Hebrew in charge, man. Right? And when they spoke against Moses, the Lord took that as a direct assault towards him, towards the Lord himself. He took that as an attack because who did the Lord choose? Chose Moses, man. Right? He chose Moses to carry out the duty. If you were the man for the job, he would have chose you. And he'll go according to your will. Right? So you can't just be around here wanting to seek preeminence, because all preeminence goes to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai in general. Right? Further along, it says, prating against, which he does, prating against us with malicious words, man. Right? You done got under brother's skin, sister's skin, because you want to be the head Hebrew in charge. Right? It says, literally, it says, and not content therewith, neither does he himself, right, receive the brethren, and forbidded them that would, and casted them out of the church. Man, you kicking people out because you want preeminence. You getting rid of the competition. You getting rid of the competition. You're sabotaging and you're sabotaging all of your brethren, and you're actually bringing. You're bringing what is it called, man? You're literally making the word of the Lord look a certain type of way when it's not supposed to look like that. All because you want the preeminence, you want the fame, you want the vain glory, man. But once again, all preeminence goes to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Right? Let's go to the book of Sirach, chapter 7, and verse number 1. Sirach, chapter 7, and verse number 1.
The book of Sirach, chapter 7, and verse number 1. Do no evil, so shall no harm come unto thee.
That's step number 1. Do no evil. Right? If you see that thing that you very well lust after, you need to go into a fast. You need to pray to the Most High to strengthen you through all these temptations. That needs to be a prayer that people pray daily, man. Ask the Lord for strength to endure temptation. A lot of the times we do these, we do the Lord's Prayer, right? But you're not really meditating on what it is and what's being said. You know it up in the paleo, but you're not focusing on you probably didn't read the chapter either. You're not focusing on what you're literally praying for. If you don't know what you're praying for, then how you know what you're supposed to get, man? How are you supposed to combat Satan if you don't even know what you're praying to your God about in your tongue? You need to study the Lord's Prayer again, man. You asking the Lord not to lead us into temptation, but to deliver us from evil. Right? You might need to say that thing up in English just so that you can get it in your mind. That's what you're praying for. It's not just something to just memorize, man. That's a very serious prayer. And you must know what it's talking about, man. Right? That's a prayer that Hamashiach Yahushua, the King, gave you. In that, the Most High God told you what to pray for. You got to be sincere within your prayers, too. You must be sincere. To defeat these demons, you have to be sincere. That is the key, to be sincere. Right? Let's continue reading, Kay.
Verse 2. Depart from the unjust, and iniquity shall turn away from thee.
And that's another thing, man. Depart from the unjust. Go ahead and sit that phone in a room somewhere. Get away from all the people that are not going according to your walk in this truth. I know you want to keep Big Mama around. All right, but she up in there, she making bacon, egg, and cheese sandwiches, man. You can't keep Granny around. You want to save her so bad, but you know what I'm saying? After the second and third admonition, reject. Because it's time for you to buckle down. You cannot personally say, she has to want saving. The people that you hanging around, have to want saving.
That's right.
They have to want it. Ezekiel, in the book of Ezekiel, it talks about how Daniel and Job and Noah, man, they had to seek out their own salvation. Lot couldn't save his wife. Lot could not save his wife, man. She has to be willing to follow the directions of you and the Lord, man.
That's right.
Right? So continue reading, King.
My son, sow not upon the furrows of unrighteousness, and thou shalt not reap them sevenfold. Verse 4.
This thing is so loaded. It's so loaded. It's fully loaded. It said, my son, sow not upon the furrows of unrighteousness, and thou shalt not reap them sevenfold. It just gave you the keys on how to defeat the demons that we talked about up in the last class in regards to Matthew chapter 12 and verse number 43 on down. Right? That one demon that goes out, then comes back with 7 more demons more powerful than himself. It just gave you the key. Don't deal with unrighteousness at all. Right? Continue.
God. Seek not of the Lord preeminence, neither of the king the seat of honor.
You see that? So don't seek of the Lord preeminence. All right? Everybody wants to be the best this and the best that. Okay? Everything that you do, yes, go do it to the best of your ability. But not to the point of sabotager, not to the point of hatred, not to the point of envying and strife, man. Not for the lust of power at all either. These are things that we have to work out within our own selves, man. These are very serious points. And I pray that the nation, they got their pen and their paper out, they writing down these precepts, and then they go back to these precepts so that they can learn how to kill this demon, man.
That's right.
These demons, the lust demon, because they're many, they're legion, right? They're legion. So you're gonna need a bunch of armor to arm yourself up with, and you're gonna need a big sword, man. You're gonna need a big sword to kill these demons with, man. You're gonna need a lot of ammunition, and that ammunition is being the scriptures, man. All right, your Bible is your gun, right? The chapters is the clips, the individual precepts, they're the bullets, man. You gotta light these spirits up, man. You gotta light them up. Let's go to Colossians chapter 1 and verse number 17. Right? Don't seek preeminence. The fame and the money and everything, that's not worth it up in this world. All right? It's not worth it up in this world. We see everybody that's rich out of their mind, man, they getting caught up because of the lascivious acts that they did while being rich, while being famous. Right? So let's bring that out. Colossians chapter 1 and verse number 17. And we're going to read to 19.
The book of Colossians chapter 1, verse 17. And he is before all things, and by him all things consist.
Continue.
And he is the head of the body, the church, who is the beginning, the firstborn from the dead, that in all things he might have the preeminence.
That in all things, what?
He might have the preeminence.
The one that was set to have the preeminence, he is the one that ought to have preeminence, man. How about Shem Yahushua? right? The creator of all things, the head of the body, right? The head of the church, man. Our head, man. Right? So don't seek preeminence for yourself, but rather give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Right? And don't just say it as a saying either, man. Be sincere. Because a lot of the times Israel would turn sincere sayings into just a proverb that they can say every now and then, man. A catchphrase, rather. They'll turn sincere sayings into a catchphrase, and they won't be sincere. Right?
Mm-hmm.
They won't be sincere. So what I'm pushing to all those that is watching the class, this is how you kill that spirit, man. Prayer, fasting, reading, and arming yourselves up with the wisdom of the Most High God. Right? Let's get the closing verse. Right? Let's get the book of Sirach, chapter 5, and verse number 7.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Because don't just watch this video. Just literally don't just watch this video. Work hard to kill that demon off. Work hard to kill these lustful spirits. Work hard for it. Don't say, oh, I'm going to do it next time, next week, tomorrow. Don't do that. Be sincere if you really want to kill that demon. If you want to kill the lust spirit, man, you have to be sincere. All right, bring that up, okay?
The book of Sirach, chapter 5, and verse 7. Make no tarrying to turn to the Lord, and put not off from day to day. For suddenly shall the wrath of the Lord come forth, and in thy security thou shalt be destroyed, and perish in the day of vengeance.
So look, man, this is very serious, man. Don't put off day to day, right? Thinking that you have an eternity to get it right. You would hate for the sky to crack, all right, while you in your diverse lust. While you over there smelling the bacon grease, right? While you in the bed with the lotion, man. Like that Edomite inside of in that video, man. You would hate for the sky to crack and you caught red-handed, man. You caught backbiting, right? You caught tail bearing. You caught just getting to the bag or whatever by any means necessary. You caught giving up your morals and your values for the ways of this world. Because once you do get caught, then there's raps for you.
Congratulations.
In the place of your security, the Lord, he gonna show you. He gonna get up with you, man. He gonna destroy you. You will perish in that day.
That's right.
So I hope that this was edifying for the nation, man. All praise to you, how about Shem Yahushua. And the water for having me up on the Tuesday night class, man. It was definitely an honor to do a part 1 and a part 2 for a well-needed lesson like these, man. All right? All praises to you, how about Shem Yahushua. Kwam Yasha.
That's right.
Fire, my boy. Fire.
All praises.
Man, that was heat. And you ended it off good. I liked that. That would chill my spirit.
All praises.
You want to say
all
praises to the brothers and sisters that was able to attend the class.
Abner, if you're speaking, we can't hear you, Kay.
Oh,
I can hear him.
Oh, you can hear him? Then it's just me. It's a live here.
Okay, kind. All praises to the brothers and sisters that was able to attend the class. Please
just let me know what he's saying, if he's saying anything to me. Because Satan was trying to kill this live all day. I kept having to go out, come back in. Like, lessons like these, you know that it's fire. You know? When Satan be trying to destroy the lesson, man.
Always working.
God. And I don't know why I can't hear him. That's crazy.
He ain't saying nothing else.
God. All right, so with that, all praises, honor, and glory to you. How about Shem Yahushua? We'll end it off with the Lord's Prayer again, man. Right? So Shema Yasha Allah, Yahweh, Allah Hayana, Yahweh Cut. Please face the east. However you can, man. All right? Lay down, stand up, sit down. It don't matter. Just have your hands in the air.
That's right.
All right? Abanawa, Shabashamayam, Kwadash, Hayashamka, Yahweh, Malakwaka, Taba'a, Ratazaka, Haya, Aisha, Barataza, Kawa, Haya, Bashamayam, Nathan Lanawa, Lakum Kayawam, Wasalaknawa, Kabawatnawa, Kasalaknawa, Kabawatinawa, Wala'a, Tabianawa, Banasai 1, Abal, Hawashayanawa, Mayan, Rai, Kaya, Laka, Hamalakwa, Wa Allah, Wataparat, Lavalumium, Amun. Translating again, our Father which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever and ever. Amen. Our praises to Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Shalom.
Plantation. 9 to 5 be the time I was wasting. Man, I feel like I need a vacation. Saving up for my resignation. Why I feel like my manager hating. Ain't the one for no verbal castration. This government ain't giving reparation. We'll go to crime trying to fight the temptation. I wanna clock out as soon as I clock in. But a nigga got goals, so I gotta lock in. 30 hours is still broke. I feel like they mocked in. Gotta do doubles for a band. I'd rather hit the block then. But then, so many caught off the Rico. This oppression in it feels like the book of Job. Instead of the book of Job, it's like the book of Job. After paying all them taxes, I feel like I got robbed. Man, you see this, man? I've been working 40 hours and I got J.O.P. Needs just over broke. My coworkers get off and they just wanna smoke. Got me, I don't smoke. I'm in this booth too cold. You gotta hear me out. I'm the voice of hope. I don't wanna be stuck in the back of this truck. It's hard as fuck in the back of this truck. Man, just staring at me, feeling petty as fuck. Yeah, I just wanna give up. Plantation. 9 to 5 be the time I was wasting. Man, I feel like I need a vacation. Saving up for my resignation. Why I feel like my manager hating. Ain't the one for no verbal castration. This government ain't giving reparation. We'll go to crime trying to fight the temptation. But one day we gonna be free. That's the vision that the Lord showed me. But the other day I had a terrible dream. Went to work and AI replaced me.
House of Israel. HOI till chariots fly.
Plantation. 9 to 5.